All right, we'll start in a few seconds here. Just going to wait to see if anybody jumps on. For those of you who are just joining, we're just going to clear the decks a little bit, clear the energy of the deck. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a reading for those, the collective that is in separation from their person right now. So this is going to be a collective read. Please, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. This is a reading about uh, those people who are in a separation. You may look at yourself as a twin flame, as a divine soul counterpart, as a soulmate, or just your person that is in separation right now, and you want to see what the energies are for the collective. We're going to start pulling that now. So, welcome if you are here on the preview. This is subscriber only content. And so, if you're interested in this type of a reading and other things like that, do look at subscribing. And so the energy right now is let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. And so for everybody here who is here, this is a lovers in separation, twin flame in separation, soulmate in separation read. So this is a reading. You're already in that separation. So allow that space for that person to really heal, to really do some thinking. Don't try to kind of jump in on that space, and that's the energies that we have here. And this is energy readings. I don't do stories because stories don't help you. What we want to look at is what energies are there to help you, what energies are pulling you back, and how do you get from the things that are pulling you back all the way over to what you want. And so let's see what else love wants to give us for those who are in separation from their person. And so let's see what energies are around. And so for many of you, Spirit is saying it's time for you to let this go. Right. And why do you need to let it go? It doesn't mean that that person that you're thinking of in this now moment is not your person. It could be, but you have to let that go because that old version of that person isn't going to come back because you were forced in separation because these your version and this version can't get together. There's too much trauma that has to be healed. So you got to work on self. Let this person go and let's see if they start working on themselves. And that's a choice they have to make, not you. Many of you guys are an illusion because you're like, well, I need this. This is my person. This is my person. This is my person. And Spirit's saying for you, let's get out of this illusion, right? Let's start working on self. Don't worry about what you remember of this person, right? Allow this person to do their healing and you work on yourself. At the same time, this is going to create a lot of challenges if you don't let go. And it's time for you to really feel your feels, right? Get time to explore the feelings you're feeling about this separation, about this person, about the experience within that space. And then this is where we're going to start our healing. And this is how we attract the right person, whether it's this person you're thinking of now or somebody net new, net better. So let's see what we have here. And for those of you who do like this reading, please do consider subscribing if you are not subscribed. And if you're a subscriber, welcome. All right. So, and this is a lot more of the content I'm going to be doing. Probably tonight, I'm going to think about, or tomorrow night, I think I'm going to do a subscriber only live where we ask questions and answers on your particular situations. And so let's see what else we have here, Spirit. What do we have for this collective that is in separation? Remember, this is a collective reading. This is not for a specific situation, but for the collective. And so when the collective is here, right, and take what resonates within this reading, leave the rest behind because there are some specific things for specific people here. So you'll know it, you'll feel it, you'll get like goosebumps when it's for you. And so Spirit is saying for a lot of you, a lot of these problems, challenges were third party issues, right? And third party doesn't always mean another man or another woman. It usually just means, a lot of times it means work, it means kids, it means other responsibilities, but it could be that the third party meaning other woman, other man. Spirit's saying for you, it's time for you to open your heart. And then we're going to go over why I put things in what space on the spread so you can understand it. All right. Now, there is a love language of gift giving coming in. So somebody's coming in with that likes to give gifts. You're going to be falling in love, but you have to be lighthearted, young at heart again. You can't be weighed down with all of this to get to here. And thank you for Kristinapa for subscribing. Appreciate you coming on board here. And so let's take a look at what else we have here. And just remember, everybody, do think about the subscription. I'll give a few seconds of commercial here. I have two levels. I have the standard, which is like $5.99 a month, and there's an elite, which is $9.99 a month. And what the difference is between the two is the elite gives you a monthly group healing. That is worth its weight in gold, quite frankly. I charge usually about 4 times that much for most of my group healings. And it gives you everything the standard gives you. The standard gives you the ability to get priority into the queue. It allows you to make comments here on this live here. You get the subscriber only live, so more subscriber content comes through. And the first, usually around 5 minutes of every Q&A live I have, that I call them clarity reads. They are also for subscribers first, so you get a lot of benefits either way. TikTok gets most of the subscriber money, not me. They get like 60-70% of it. So it's not a money maker, but it's a way to give value to some of my viewers and clients who come every time, and I'd like to give them a little bit more, and for something that's not really a lot of money. And so let's get back to the reading here. And so for those of you who want to know about the spread, this spread here is all the things that I call the hamster wheel of karma. This is the challenge spread. This is where things are pulling you away from your energies. Here is where you are presently in the energies. What energies are around you. Above and below are tools that get you over to here, which is where you want to manifest, right? And we do it as an energy map. I'm not like those other readers that you'll give you a story and they'll say, well, your person was thinking about you and then they got distracted and there was black magic. No, we don't tell silly stories that don't help you. This is a healing channel. This is a channel that's using cards to show you what the energies are and then allow you to help mold how do we get from the energies here to the energies here. But remember, healing is a choice. It doesn't happen automatically. Even though Lionsgate is around, it doesn't mean that Lionsgate is going to do anything for you unless you choose. So Spirit, what else do you want to tell us about this collective? And remember, this is a collective reading, so there's going to be bits and pieces for anybody who's made this awareness today that is watching it. And so let's see what we have. Spirit, you want to give me any more information on this connection for everybody here? And maybe tell us about who's coming in here for that lasting love, the affirmation. So we got a bunch of cards here. And so let's see what Spirit wants to give us within this session here. So the first thing Spirit is saying to us is, beware, there's a shapeshifter out there, and this is a challenge, right? This is somebody who's in and out, who tries to pretend who they are, and sometimes that's even you, that you're not being your true self. And Spirit's saying you got to make sure you're using your discernment, but also being yourself. All right, this person's going to come in with wanting intimacy. A lot of you are still missing that person over here. Spirit's saying free yourself from that person. Let it go, right? This is a second let go. Let go of that person. Let go of that version of that person that you're holding on to, because that's preventing this from happening. Because you got to get out of that old energy. You got to empty your cup a little bit. And it doesn't mean that that's not your person that will come back in a better energy, but you can't really care about it. You shouldn't care whether they stay, lay, or pray, because at the end of the day, you have to find that love within yourself. You have to find that ability to not care, to let that go. And when you let it go, that's when things come in. And it's the part that's really hard. A lot of them are going to be non-committal, right? They're going to be like, nah, I just want to be my own self. But you got to free yourself from all of this. Some of them are just partiers, just having fun. And at the same time, this is what you need to do. Have a little bit of fun, lighten up. Don't worry about here. Just let that energy flow a little bit. A lot of unsent messages you guys have had trying to send it to this person. Spirit saying, let it go. Don't communicate. Let them come to you if they are. And a lot of you have had a lot of issues around finances. And I know that because a lot of my viewers, a lot of my clients are all complaining about finances right now. This is the collective manifestation. And it's just one of those things we just have to kind of work through. And so with that, let's go take a look at now, what are the challenges, right? And so because we're a healing channel, we don't kind of float in the water like a jellyfish. What we do is we choose through information on how to release the blocks that are keeping us from getting to what we want, right? And that's the key. You don't, you can listen to 1,000 card reads, but these 1,000 card reads aren't going to tell you what it is that you need to work on in yourself, because it's the only way things move forward, right? Otherwise, you repeat the same thing over and over again and you expect a different result. And that's just insanity. And that's why we don't tell stories here. I'm not the most popular reader for people who are in separation. Why? Because I'm not worried about the viewership. What I'm worried about is, how do I get you to the love that you want? Right? And that's the key. Most people don't want to do that. They just want you to stay stuck running around that hamster wheel all the time, because it gets them more viewers, because you're getting more and more desperate every time. And we want to get out of the desperation energy. We want to get out of the chasing energy. What we want to do is we want to get on, what is it that I need to do in this now moment to solve the issues, to help the real love, the one that is going to be fulfilling and lasting. How do I get that? What are my blocks? And so we're going to get a few blocks, and this is what we're going to look at, right? And that's the idea of this. Fix yourself, worry about yourself. They can worry about themselves. The right one will come in. And a lot of us, what we do is we limit ourselves, right? We say there's only one person for you. It's the classic twin flame. Twin flames many times are just what we call handlers, meant to keep you stuck, right? It's the person that you've had the most lifetimes with, the most trauma with, and so therefore you have a lot more healing to go. And if that's the person you want, it's possible they can be your person, but it just means you're going to have to work on yourself harder and harder and harder, but they also have to. So many of you are just getting into these relationships that are sex only, right? And why do you get into these relationships? Because for you, you have such a lack of intimacy within yourself that you're chasing it externally and you feel that that's love. It never is, and it's very hollow and empty. And that's the problem. You've got to go within yourself. You got to start loving yourself, finding the depth within yourself, not just finding it in the physical pleasure, because that's, you know, 3 seconds of fun, whatever, 4 minutes of fun, 50 minutes of fun, whatever, and then you're done. And then you gotta live with yourself again, and then you feel empty because it was physical only. There was no soul-based attraction. We don't need that, right? What this should be a bonding experience that's transcendent of the physicality. But for most of us, we don't see that, right? And you also have to be careful about who you're hooking up with, so to speak, because you're taking in a lot of codes and energies, and a lot of times you're going to bring out a lot of karma in yourself, healings that need to happen because you're importing it from that other person. It's very this is something that you really have to work on if that's all you're looking at. Many of you have pent up anger, right? And that's because you haven't let go of the situation over here. And this is what we want to do. We want to make sure we're letting go of that situation and healing it, right? You can't just push it down and say it's gone. No, you have to heal it. You have to grieve for it, whatever you have to process in those emotions. They have to actually be processed. They have to be felt and let go of, healed, however you are meant to do that. Many people do it through dance, through screaming, through crying. It's your own personal way of how you release that. And I do have a lot of healings on my healing channel. Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's called the same name down here. They beep out anytime I put banned words in there. So just be careful on that one. Now, the other thing I have is too much work, right? Because of all this anger, because you're in this empty loop, right? The karma wheel, the hamster wheel of karma, as I call it. You're cycling over and over again, same experience, different person, or same person, same experience. You start to get tired of it. You're like, I'm really not meant for love. It's too much work. And then the last bit is everybody's looking for love to fix them. External love is never going to. because you're always going to feel that emptiness. You're going to be like a bagel or a donut with a little hole inside in the middle. Why? Because you're looking for somebody else to solve your own problem with self. And that's why you have to go within, and you have to start working on self and finding the love within yourself so that you don't care whether somebody leaves or not, because you're fine alone or with somebody. You'd rather have the person that comes along for the ride, that's balanced, that's there for you, that you guys have a nice give and take, than somebody who always has to solve for you. You can't outsource that. You have to solve it for yourself. All right, so now we see what our issues are. Or one or all of these may resonate with you. Pick the ones that do resonate, leave the rest behind. Now let's go see what our higher selves want to give us as a way of what do we need to do in this now moment? What is helpful for us to get from here all the way over to this side to the manifestations, right? And we're just going to put all this stuff over here. So this is our blocks. We know what our blocks are. I have a lot of healings on my channel for those blocks. Most of them are for free. If you're looking for a deeper healing, I can help you with that. If any of this resonates, I do paid readings and paid healings. And just send me a DM and I'll be happy to give you guys a full breadth of what I have in the services. Now, higher self, what is it? Collective higher selves, what is it that we need to do in this now moment to help us get to that point where we're getting this really fearless love, falling in love, the person that is coming in for us? And your higher self is giving you a few things. First thing, what we said right off the bat, feel what you feel. You got to process these emotions, right? And so if you're if you start to process these emotions, you let them go, it's going to be challenging, right? Because you actually have to feel what you've been pushing down forever, all that pent up anger, all that emptiness, but you got to feel what you feel, right? And once you do, then you start changing your energy. You got to give less F's, right? And I'll hold it up so you can see it, right? Uh, and why do we need to do that? Because we have to stop caring about what everybody else thinks and concentrate on yourself and healing yourself and knowing who you really are so you're not empty inside. And then last but not least, music can be really helpful for a lot of you to help you get into the right energy. So if you're feeling down, play something happy, like I'm happy, right? A nice happy tune, something to get you into that space. Work on the frequencies if you like frequency healings. Those are the things that are going to be helpful for you to get you to this space. So now we get to the part of the read where everybody wants to know, okay, I see all the blocks, I see all the things I can do. Now, when is my person coming in, right? And so we'll do that in a second here. I'm just going to shuffle the deck, get the energies, and we're going to do one last advertisement about the subscriber. So if you've been watching, you've enjoyed this. I do a lot of Q&As live. A lot of my viewers see it every day, where I'll answer questions, like general questions are generally going to be for free on my Q&A one. It's called Clarity Reads. And then any relationship reading I always charge for. This week is going to be my last week of inexpensive donations for relationship reads, because I've just been doing $20 reads for $5. So next week it's going to go to 10. If you're looking at having something like a relationship read, it's not going to be this deep, but it'll be a lot of cards anyway. That'll be $5 at my Clarity Reads Live. So make sure your notifications are on. If you want to be in the subscription group, what does the subscription group offer you? The subscription group offers you readings like this. I also look at what the weekly energies are loving. I do pick-a-piles. I do a whole bunch of stuff like that. Within the subscription group, you get to put comments in on these lives that I do, because it's subscriber-only lives. A lot of you are just watching on a preview right now. And then on top of it, I also do I have two tiers of subscribers. There's standard and elite. Standard, what I do is I give you priority queue into my clarity read. So if anybody is looking for an answer, they don't want to wait as long. If I see you, I know exactly who are my members. They get a flag and everything, so I know. If I see you, you kind of skip the line of everybody outside of somebody who's done a donation reading. And I do subscriber only lives, which are the Q&A, like I always do for the public, but only for the subscribers. And the first few minutes of every subscriber live is only for the subscribers. Now, lately the bots have been really giving me a lot of heat on the subscriber only 5-minute live. So, I'll still give you the priority queue. It may not say it, but the priority queue is there. You get subscriber only lives. Now, what does Elite give you? Elite gives you for somebody who's really wanting to move seriously into their healing, it gives you a monthly invite to a group healing that I do, and uh, for the extra, a few dollars it is. I think it's $5.99 for standard, $9.99 for the elite. TikTok gets most of the money, not me. I'm just trying to make an easy entry point for people who are starting to become a little bit more serious about their healing. The standard group gives you the easy entry. The elite group gives you a little bit better entry, but the elite group gives you the value of something like a $30 to $50 group healing once a month. It's the best value that's out there on healing. I don't know anybody that does that. So if you're interested, please hit the subscribe button or just send me a DM so that I can give you more information. And so let's get to where we really were waiting on, right? And just like every every good TV show, we wait till the end to give you what you really want, which is the timing. And we put about 10 million commercials in between it. And so if you're also looking for your own reading like this, I do personal readings. Reach out for that with a DM. So Spirit, what is the timing for this new person, this new energy coming in, either new or old person? And so Spirit's saying, for many of you, people who've made this awareness, some of you, it's in less than a month if you've been working on yourself, if you've really been doing your healing. And I know there's a few people that have. For others, November is a possibility if you choose to. And that connection is going to happen somewhere at night. So it's not far. It's not, somebody's got a issue. It's not far away. November's just around the corner. For some of you, it's just going to start at the end of the summer here, September-ish. So work on yourself. Take what you got out of here. Use it to your advantage. I have a lot of tools here on my healing channel. If you don't know where it is, just send me a DM or look at my profile and look at my link tree. It's in the YT one. That's the one that you want. And with that, thank everybody for watching this. And for those of you watching this on another social media platform, please do come to TikTok and think about subscriptions. And with that, have a great day, everybody. In a little bit, I look out for my clarity reads one. Put your notifications on because I will be going live a little bit later this morning for that. And have a great day, and we'll see you at the next reading for this. I usually do this one at least once a week. Have a great day.